The next story, 500,000 jobless parents on benefits will face up to 30 hours a week having to search for work if they want to keep their benefits. I find this quite interesting, right? Because, in fact, no, you tell me what you think about it. I was just about to go on to a rant. I'll let you tell me what you think.
Look, the devil is in the detail of this story, as it is most stories, and there's a lot hidden in this one small story.
Go on.
The problem is to actually get childcare. Basically, you have to be employed in any case. So the fact that parents on benefits, they don't get free childcare at the moment. So how are they meant to spend more time looking for work if they haven't got anyone to care for their children? This is the issue I have with that. Yeah. No one's actually explained that in this story. Now, you know, you
can use the internet when your kids are there. Most parents have no problem spending God knows how many hours a day looking at Instagram or social media. They can spend that time on the internet.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No one's denying that there are people that are swinging the lead, as it were. We all know people in that situation. But I do worry that with this announcement, there are a lot of families out there who will struggle. Not everybody is fortunate enough to have access to decent Wi-Fi, to have access to proper computers in their home. And, you know, I think and this actively involves going and out and looking for work as well, not just sitting indoors on a computer. And if you can't get childcare, I do wonder how people are going to cope, especially single women. And, you know, there's the argument of saying, well, if you can't afford kids, don't have them. But circumstances, I'm sounding like a left-winger here, but circumstances change.
Absolutely.
Marriages break down, sort of like, you know, people lose their jobs unexpectedly. So this story does worry me slightly, in as there are people that are going to, genuine people who do need support, who are going to fall through the net here. And again, it'd be, I suspect, the women and the children that will suffer.
I think, Dawn, you're right. It seems to me that it's a very big hammer to crack the nut, and it seems to me it's very unsubtle, because one of the things that the last Labour government did, which seemed to get a lot of support from different, you know, around the political spectrum, were the Sure Start centres, because which particularly focused on families, poorer families who were on benefits, where there was childcare, which is different to the childcare you get when you go to work, the free childcare vouchers, and they really, because they really engage families, because of course sometimes what you have is the children are, as you say, at home with parents who are on benefits, and the parents don't get a break. It's harder for the parents to find work, but it's also the children are not interacting and getting the learning skills that other children from maybe more prosperous families are getting. So they're continuing that cycle of being left behind. So it is a national problem, the number of people who are on benefits but not seeking work. But this seems to me a very blunt instrument. I'm not quite sure. Do they have to put like a tracker on your internet to see how many hours you're spending online? I mean, it seems impossible to enforce.
This is the other thing, Matthew. How is it going to be organised?
Yeah.
I mean, how much money is it actually going to cost to set up the administration, you know, compared to how much it might actually save?
Welfare to, there's so much you can do on welfare to work. A friend of mine has been running one of the big welfare to work companies, and it's a job that more men than women take, but it focuses to both. It's fitting electric chargers. So he could find jobs tomorrow for people to fit electric car chargers. But did you know that in order for the government to release the money to train you to fit an electric car charger, you have to have a grade C in English. So you have to be able to know about poetry in order to fit an electric car charger. It's just daft. Oh. And the people that you could train up, change their lives, do a key skill that we need, but because the government says you've got to have a grade C in maths, so the charge is not getting fitted, the people are not getting off welfare, and nobody's winning.
Well, there you go. Do you think that whole thing needs root and branch reform?